In 1974, a small, lightweight prototype called the YF-16 took its first flight. It was the underdog of the lightweight fighter program, designed to be a cheap, daylight-only interceptor. It was a disposable jet, intended to serve for 20 years and then be scrapped for parts. But it is now 2026, and the F-16 is not just alive, it is being rebuilt into a machine that should not exist. Right now, Lockheed Martin is executing a $60 billion global resurrection. They are taking an airframe designed with slide rules and paper blueprints and injecting it with the God-tier technology of the F-35. We are witnessing a skeletal and digital overhaul that defies the laws of aviation aging. How does a 50-year-old airframe survive in a world of hypersonic missiles and stealth drones? How does a jet that was supposed to be obsolete in 1994 become the frontline choice for 2026 and beyond? Welcome to Global Strike Matrix. Today, we are conducting a professional teardown of the Viper to see the genius engineering that will keep the F-16 in the sky until the year 2050. We are moving beyond the paint job to analyze the APG-83 Radar, the digital Auto-GCAS lifesaver, and the radical structural surgery that is doubling the life of the wings. Most people think the F-16 is a sitting duck for modern stealth fighters. They are wrong. In exactly 5 minutes, I'm going to reveal a secret piece of electronic warfare hardware, the Viper Shield, that allows this 50-year-old jet to digitally vanish from enemy radar. This is a capability that was once reserved for the F-22, now being retrofitted into the F-16. But before we look at the shield, we have to look at the skeleton. Because in 2026, the biggest enemy of the F-16 isn't an enemy missile, it is metal fatigue. Every time an F-16 pulls a 9G turn, the airframe literally screams. At 9Gs, a 20,000-pound aircraft effectively weighs 180,000 pounds. Over thousands of hours, microscopic cracks form in the bulkheads and the longerons, the structural spine of the aircraft. The original F-16 was rated for 8,000 flight hours. Most of the fleet hit that limit years ago. Enter the SLEP, the Structural Life Extension Program. This is not a repair, it is a skeletal resurrection. Engineers are stripping these jets down to the bare metal and replacing the wing attachments and the fuel tank bulkheads with advanced modern alloys that did not exist in the 70s. This surgery extends the life of the airframe to 12,000 hours. That is the equivalent of giving a marathon runner a new heart and a titanium spine. This ensures the Viper can keep pulling high-G maneuvers until 2050 without the wings snapping off. If you cannot see, you cannot fight. The old F-16s used mechanically scanned radars, a dish that physically moved to find targets. In 2026, that's like using a flashlight in a dark room full of snipers. The upgrade to the V standard installs the APG-83 SABR Radar. This is an AESA, an Active Electronically Scanned Array. It's essentially a digital eye made of thousands of tiny transmitters. Instead of moving a dish, it moves beams of energy at the speed of light. It can track 20 targets simultaneously, map the ground in high definition from 60 miles away, and, here's the kicker, it uses a low probability of intercept mode. This means the F-16 can scan an enemy fighter without that fighter's sensors even realizing they are being painted by radar. It turns the F-16 from a noisy brawler into a silent predator. Here's the secret failsafe I promised. The greatest killer of F-16 pilots isn't combat, it is G-LOC, G-force-induced loss of consciousness. When a pilot pulls 9 Gs, the blood leaves their brain, they pass out. The plane then flies into the ground at 700 miles per hour. The 2026 upgrade includes the Automatic Ground Collision Avoidance System, or Auto-GCAS. This is an AI co-pilot that lives in the computer. It constantly monitors the pilot's inputs and the terrain. If the pilot passes out and the plane begins a death dive, the computer takes over. It ignores the pilot, rolls the plane upright, and pulls a massive 5G recovery maneuver until the plane is safe. This system has already saved over a dozen pilots' lives. It's the first time in history we have given an airplane the will to live independent of the human inside it. Now let's talk about the Viper shield. Modern warfare is fought on the electromagnetic spectrum. If an enemy locks onto you with a missile, you are dead, unless you can confuse the missile. The new Viper shield is an internal, fully integrated electronic warfare suite. It uses digital radio frequency memory, or DRFM. It intercepts enemy radar signals, edits them, and sends them back. The enemy radar thinks the F-16 is 500 feet higher, or 2 miles to the left of where it actually is. It creates a ghost image. This allows the F-16 to survive in high-threat environments that were previously reserved only for the F-35 and F-22. To carry all this new digital weight, the F-16 needs more muscle. The 2050 ready Vipers are being fitted with the General Electric F-110 GE-129 engine. This engine produces 29,000 pounds of thrust. Because the F-16 is so light, it has a thrust-to-weight ratio of greater than 1:1. This means the F-16 can actually accelerate while climbing vertically like a rocket. The new engine also features Full Authority Digital Engine Control, or FADEC. This computer system optimizes the fuel-to-air ratio thousands of times per second, ensuring the engine never stalls or coughs, even during the most violent dogfight maneuvers. The final piece of the puzzle is the interface. The old analog steam gauges have been ripped out and replaced by a single high-definition large-area display. But the real genius is the high-speed data bus. In the 70s, the F-16's computers talked to each other at a crawl. The new V standard uses a fiber optic network that allows the radar, the electronic warfare suite, and the targeting pods to share data instantly. This is called sensor fusion. The pilot no longer has to look at 3 different screens to understand the battle. The computer fuses all that data into one simple picture. The F-16's biggest weakness was its short legs. It is a small jet with a small fuel tank. The upgrade adds CFTs, conformal fuel tanks. These are saddle tanks that sit on top of the fuselage. They add 450 gallons of fuel with almost zero aerodynamic penalty. This allows the Viper to fly further, stay over the battlefield longer, and keep its wing stations free for more missiles. It turns the lightweight fighter into a heavyweight interceptor. Why is the F-16 the most successful fighter in history? Because its engineering is elastic. It was built so well in the 70s that it had the room to grow in the 2020s. While other jets from its era are in museums, the F-16 is being reborn as a digital predator. It is the perfect blend of old-world physical toughness and new-world digital intelligence. The Viper is not just surviving until 2050, it is evolving to dominate it. If you want to see the technical comparison between the F-16's new radar and the F-35's sensor suite, click the video on your screen right now. We break down the decibels, the ranges, and the cold, hard math. Don't forget to subscribe to Global Strike Matrix. We are the only channel digging this deep into the iron that defends the sky. See you in the next deep dive.